Museum page. My name is David Nicolosi. I want to tell you a story here that explains some of the things I have on the table here. When I was a kid, we used to play football in the field or the neighbor's yard across from my house. And growing up, I picked up a vernacular word and I understood what it meant, but I didn't really know where it came from. When we played tackle football and somebody got tackled really hard, we always said he got pelayed. And I grew up hearing pelayed all the time as a little kid. I didn't really understand where it came from, and when I started working here at the LSU Rural Life Museum, we started talking about mortars and pestles. And they also said the French word for it, pilé and pilon, and then a little light bulb went off on my head. He got pelayed. This is a pilé. He got hit by one of these. That's what it was meaning. He got hit hard, and using a pilé would hit you hard. I have several examples of mortar and pestles on the table. This here being one of the oldest ones. This one here is prehistoric. It's Native American, and it's a rock with the indentation, and they used a rock more than likely to grind up things like corn, or they could have been making dyes with something like this. But when they put it in there, they crushed it up with a rock. This one here is something that you would have found in the kitchen. You could have ground up your seasonings and things that you wanted a little smoother. So the action's pretty simple. By putting your seasonings inside here and rolling this around, it grinds up the seasonings that you want. Now this is a very interesting one here. It's kind of unique. This mortar and pestle was used for making here in Louisiana what we call filet. It has a special head on the grinder. You can see all the square head nails. And what you do is you take the leaves from a sassafras tree, put them inside here, and take your pilé and grind up those leaves. And when you grind it all up, those ground up leaves are called filet, and you put that into your gumbo. Now the last one we have here, we have a lot of examples of these around the museum. They use these nice big ones here for cracking corn or knocking husks off of rice. When you harvest the rice, it's going to have a husk on it, so you have to pound it, knock the husks off, and then when you have a nice little breezy day, you can throw everything up into the air. All the husk will just float away, and then you have your nice clean rice. Next, I want to show you a little recipe that I learned that came from my family here in Louisiana, and it uses a mortar and pestle. I want to show you a little recipe that involves a mortar and pestle. This is a recipe that's been handed down from my family. It probably came from Sicily, and the first I heard of is my great uncle Mike would take this recipe. It's called a mogia, and he would typically barbecue kid or baby goat, and this is what he would put on that goat. He would baste it as he barbecued it. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit of garlic, a little bit of garlic. Now the original recipe calls for about a half a clove, and then you're going to add a few mint leaves. This mint came out of our kitchen garden. And one of the pieces of advice my Uncle Dudley gave me was to put the salt in at this time, so if you have a smooth mortar and pestle like I have here, it's going to help grind the leaves up. Gives you a little bit more traction. Woo, that smells good. This is really releasing the odors of the garlic and the mint, and that really smells good. Next, we're gonna put this into a little container. And this is just a little sample. You would make a lot bigger batch. And with this, we're gonna put in a little olive oil. And a little pepper. I like salt, so I'll put in a little bit more salt in there. And you're gonna take some hot water, and I'm told the hot water helps release the mint and the garlic. Then you just close that up. Give it a nice little shake, and give it about 5 minutes. And this will be ready to baste. It's really good on chicken, lamb, a pork roast, really good on pork. But traditionally, my family would use baby goats or kids on a barbecue pit. But nowadays, I mostly use this on pork, and we also would occasionally put this on the tables when we boil crawfish, and we dip our crawfish tails. If y'all like this video, please hit our like button. Thank y'all very much.